views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shay. Taking stories from today's news, Rebecca and Shay will explore everything from the paranormal, supernatural, the strange and unusual, unsolved mysteries, and more. Join them as they delve deep into the unknown and mysterious, taken from news headlines. Water cooler chat with a paranormal twist. Only on Paranormal Buzz Radio. Hey everybody, welcome to Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shay. I'm Shay Carroll.
And I'm Rebecca Williamson.
So how you doing?
Good, how are you, Shay?
I'm doing. I been under the weather, but I think I'm starting to feel better. I kind of, hour to hour, that's usually the first sign of starting to feel better, so.
Yeah, allergies have been crazy out here.
I was just going to say that. I swear, 2 days in a row, it was raining the dandelion ghosts. I don't know what they're called. You know when the dandelions die and those white things come off the dandelions? Yeah,
the puff, dandelion puff stuff, the seed.
Yeah, I call them dandelion ghosts.
It makes sense.
So that didn't help, so. Kate has finals today, so I want to get right into this. That way we don't get cut off in the middle of it. What are we talking about today?
Okay, so we're talking about a cult today. And this one, people are debating whether or not it's a cult, but this article kind of, it's a cult.
We're not saying it's a cult, but it's a cult.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
Love has won. What you should know about the cult whose leader was found mummified in Colorado. This article is on the independent.co.uk. It says 5 days ago is when this article was published. But anyway, the subtitle is probably going to describe most of the article.
I think it was updated 5 days ago.
Updated 5 days ago. Okay. So the subtitle says the cult leader's body was found decorated with Christmas lights and its eyeless sockets decorated with glitter.
I'm going to hell. Oh, I am physically trying not to laugh. Oh.
What began as a wellness check on a member of a religious group in Colorado turned into a bizarre horror story after the corpse of the group's leader was found wrapped in a sleeping bag covered in Christmas lights and whose eyeless sockets were decorated with glitter. A search of the home by Seguche County Sheriff's deputies resulted in 7 arrests and charges that included abuse of a corpse and child abuse.
That just means they can't make a murder case yet.
No. We'll read on.
Yeah.
The corpse's discovery is just the latest in the bizarre tale of the religious group Love Has Won, which some members have described as a quote-unquote cult. Here's what we know. The arrests. On April 29th, sheriff's deputies conducted a search of the home near Creston, Colorado, where members of the religious group Love Has Won were known to be living. According to a source speaking with the Guru magazine, a former member tipped police off that the group had been transporting the corpse of their leader, Amy Carlson. Ms. Carlson was known to the group as, quote-unquote, Mother God. During the search, deputies found a decaying body that Captain Ken Wilson of the sheriff's office said appeared to have been deceased for several weeks to a month.
All right, I have to interrupt. I actually thought the Christmas lights was cool. Like, I wouldn't mind that if I was dead. Wrap me in Christmas lights. Just plug me in once so I can shine for the first time. I want to sparkle. But
add the glitter in. No.
Yeah, add the glitter, yeah. But they were transporting her dead body around for a month?
Yep. In a sleeping bag.
Oh, God. That is, you know how bad that must have smelled?
I know. That's all I can think of is the smell. The smell had to have been horrendous. I can't even.
God. All right. Yeah. Oh, gross.
According to reports, the body had wrapped in a sleeping bag, had been decorated with Christmas light. The body's eyeless sockets were reportedly decorated with glitter.
Wait a minute. It's not even, I was thinking it was the eyelids. It's the eye sockets? So that she had no eyes at this point?
She has no eyes at this point. I don't know if they're going to get into why. I don't know if they know why.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
An affidavit claims the body was set up as some sort of shrine. Investigators searched an SUV on the property and said the back seat was laid down in a position consistent with somebody transporting the mummified remains. Okay. Deputies arrested 7 members of the supposed quote-unquote cult who had been living in the home with the corpse. The members arrested were Juan Castillo, Ryan Kramer, John Robertson, Karen Raymond, Christopher Royer, Sarah Rudolph, and Mabolulia Franco Gonzalez. I don't know what that. Anyway, Mr. Castillo was also known as Father God and was one of Miss Carlson's many male companions to hold that title. He is believed to have helped run the group alongside Miss Carlson and may have taken over control of the group following her death. May have been a cult. I like this. May have been.
May have been. Yes.
Amy Carlson, a.k.a. Mother God. Miss Carlson is believed by her group to be 19 billion years old and to have birthed all of creation.
Ouch.
I mean,
sorry.
I mean, some people make claims. Some people make some kind of wild claims. I don't know. Do they carbon date her? But anyway.
I'm more concerned with the word birthed. Because it doesn't even say created. It says birth.
Despite her age, the members also believe she is the child of former President Donald Trump. They believe she exists at a higher consciousness level than normal humans and will eventually lead a group of 144,000 people into the 5th dimension in some sort of ascendant journey.
Another 144.
This is mixing up a whole lot of different religions into one. And Donald Trump. Let's just throw it all together.
Yeah. Was it Lori Vallow, 144,000? That's what they were going to say, or 146,000 or something like close, right?
144,000 is listed in the Bible.
Revelations, right?
Yeah, and Jehovah's Witnesses are really into the 144,000.
Yeah.
The article states the 144,000 figure is significant in another of the Abrahamic religions and offshoots. In Christianity, the number represents the total number of representatives from the 12 tribes of Israel who worship God during the events depicted in the Book of Revelations. She also claimed to have been reincarnated 434 times, even remember living as Jesus and hanging on the cross. She also claimed to have been Marilyn Monroe and Cleopatra.
I met another Cleopatra once.
I mean, man, she was everybody.
Yeah. Wow. Boy, she lived the lives.
I guess. It is unclear when Miss Carlson died, but a photo of the group's leader unconscious in the arms of Mr. Castillo was taken on April 14th. 2 days later, Miss Carlson's family requested an ambulance, claiming she was having trouble breathing. claimed she was having trouble breathing and her eyes were rolling back into her head. According to a source speaking with the Guru magazine, the ambulance arrived to take her to the hospital, but EMTs were told Mrs. Carlson was not there. Mrs. Carlson claimed to eschew any kind of pharmaceutical drug or non-natural medical treatment, which may have influenced her members' refusal to hand her over to an ambulance. The spokesman for the group claimed in one of their daily live streams that Miss Carlson only medicated through natural means. Alcohol and marijuana. Totally natural.
Said she can't take prescription medicine?
No. Which led her to frequently appear on streams drunk and high. A former Father of God member of the group, Andrew Profaki, told Vice News in a documentary released in March that Miss Carlson became bitter and abusive after nightly bouts of heavy drinking. Mr. Profaki eventually left the group and began speaking up against it. Numerous videos exist showing Miss Carlson drunk, slurring, and making bizarre claims, including that she was speaking with the deceased comedian Robin Williams. Despite Miss Carlson's use of alcohol and marijuana, the group spokesman, who goes by the name Aurora,
of course,
said drug use was prohibited for members. When
Why
you join, you change your name. So if you run across somebody on Facebook whose last name is Loves One, they're in this group. Just as
how come everybody always... I'm just going to lay my cards out there. I doubt this woman is anything that she said she was. And I doubt she was actually communicating with Robin Williams. But why do they always pick Robin Williams? You notice that? That's another...
Robin Williams or Elvis.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they always pick somebody that... And Marilyn Monroe, I mean...
They're just as busy in the afterlife as they were when they were alive, I guess, because...
I guess. Crazy.
Yeah, it is. So...
let's see. In a photo taken 3 weeks before she was believed to have died, Miss Carlson appears emaciated with thinning hair and a purplish hue to her skin. Here we go. Her condition may have been caused by large amounts of colloidal silver she was ingesting.
What is that?
Colloidal silver is sometimes used in dietary supplements, but there is no evidence that silver has any medicinal benefit, and if taken by mouth over a long period of time, can cause the skin and organs to turn blue-gray, and various serious circumstances cause seizures and organ failure. It's a supplement, basically. One of those.
It's a supplement that has no benefits, and it will turn you purple and gray and kill your organs.
Yes.
Okay, then.
The group's Facebook account issued a statement following the discovery of the body. We thank everyone for their full surrender to the divine plan. Mom will give you the next step in your heart, in your present moment. You're there. Mom enters. The team are respectfully honoring the process law enforcement require, and we are grateful for their diligence in protecting humanity. Mom deeply loves our law enforcement officers as she does each and every one of her children, the Facebook statement said. Because that does not sound cult-like at all.
Yeah, I have nothing. Except, do you think I should tag the Facebook group when I share that? Sorry. I've missed you. It's been 11 days. I've missed you.
It's been a while. This article to me is funny. It's funny, but the sad part is there are people out here who totally buy into this.
It's sad. It's a very sad.
There are people who are actually a part of this group, and they are. I mean, that Loves One it's a very loving group. They are devoted to this group, and
they're brainwashed, most likely.
That
is the sad part.
Yeah. Let's see. Miss Carlson's family said she started the Love Has One group after leaving her job at McDonald's. and ending her third marriage when she was in her 30s.
Because what else do you do?
Yeah. Oh, interesting resume.
Yep. Don't forget Jesus.
Yeah, McDonald's crew worker to a mother god. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Abuse allegations. These have been circling around for a while. Miss Carlson and her current quote-unquote father god, Mr. Costello, have been accused of abusing members of the cult by family members and former members. Former members claim they were only allowed 5 hours of sleep each night and were expected to wait on Miss Carlson hand and foot throughout the day. A group of 12 to 20 core members of the so-called cult living together in homes alongside Miss Carlson. Members conducted daily live streams, which were intended to recruit more members, and they also sold health supplements in order to raise money to keep the group afloat.
Yeah, because that worked out, because the supplements worked out great for Mother God.
Right? I'm just thinking that's probably not a health supplement you want to be taking. It just... Anyway, numerous videos have emerged of Miss Carlson being abusive to members, animals, and children. In one, Miss Carlson is holding a small child on her lap who is crying. She calls for the child to be put in timeout, and a member appears to grab the child and shut them away in her room. In another video, Miss Carlson holds a cat under its arms and then lifts it high in the air by its scruff and holds it there dangling until it stops making noise. Other videos show her screaming at a member who accidentally brought her meatballs instead of chicken parmesan for a meal. That member was later screamed at by Mr. Castillo, who took on a disciplinary role in the group. He has been recorded calling members insane and telling them they cannot serve God if they're insane. The group's spokesman denied any abuses and suggesting former members were lazy and the kind of people who sat on the couch or lay in bed all day.
That was just like an oxymoron. Not like legitimately, but to me that's all I could think of. You can't serve God if you're insane. It sounds like Mother God was a bit insane.
Bit?
Yeah.
Possibly. The group left its Colorado house and moved the core membership of Miss Carlson to Hawaii, allegedly to help the leader deal with her ailments, which included cancer and paralysis from the waist down. Miss Carlson reportedly called for members to join her in Hawaii to travel through a portal to Lemuria, referencing a hollow earth conspiracy theory alleging a group of ascendant beings called Lemurians live in a utopian city called Lemuria deep beneath the Earth's core.
Wow.
I mean, I kind of believe in some out there things. I'm not going to say that, but that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I
mean, ghost hunting. I mean, some people would say ghost hunting is a little out there. That's really out there. I
don't even, I could sit here and make fun of this stuff all day because I have nothing else to say besides making jokes and saying how sad and bad I feel for these members that, again, most of them are, you have to assume, they're brainwashed.
Well, they really, truly believe this stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, you either have to be insane or brainwashed to believe all of this.
Exactly. I mean, it'd be one thing if they were just trying to join the Hollow Earth, but it's another when they're like, oh yeah, and the 144,000, and there's a lot of ands to this.
Yeah, and everything else. Like, you can't. People believe what they believe, but you add in the animal abuse, the member abuse, the child abuse, the drunken high rampages that some reason they thought was good to video and put on Facebook. It's a layer after layer.
One of the members was driven out into the middle of the desert and dropped off and told to walk back home. And just, I mean, it's just like there's stuff, if you look up this, what they are alleging is possibly a cult, if you look up some of the stuff, there's so much information about how just totally crazy this group is.
Yep. That's, yeah. I'm, again, at a loss for words. And we have the right to our opinion, just like they have the right to their opinion until they start hurting people and traveling with dead people. And
if you want to go, I'm all good with that. You know, if you want to go try to find Hollow Earth and whatever, I'm all good with that. It's the other stuff, you know, abusing people and that sort of thing,
and allowing the kids to be abused.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. The group set up its Hawaii headquarters in a house on the island of Kauai, but upon discovery faced fierce opposition from locals, according to the local news site. Protesters engaged in a multi-day standoff with the group surrounding the house, engaging in prayers and burning driftwood and fires around the building. At one point, Miss Carlson claimed she was a reincarnation of the Hawaiian deity Pele, further infuriating the Hawaiian protesters. I mean, you can't be everybody.
Well,
I don't. She's trying, though. The group left the island after a few weeks and returned to Colorado. Once back in Colorado, the group established itself and continued its normal operations, though it appears Miss Carlson's health continued to decline until her death, which is estimated to be in early April. The group is still operating despite Miss Carlson's death and the rest of their de facto leader, Mr. Castillo. Love Has Won members continued to post daily energy update live stream videos on YouTube as recently as Tuesday, though the duties have largely fallen to the group's international members. The group's spokeswoman and core members have not appeared on the live stream since the arrest. Members controlling the group's Facebook page have continued to engage in damage control, telling curious adherents that the official police report claiming Miss Carlson died weeks ago is false, instead alleging that she died the night authorities searched the home.
I think they would be able to tell. I'm just saying, even a cop, he doesn't have to be the mortician, can tell a little bit. I mean, he can't say the exact time of death, but you can tell if it died today. She, not it.
You can tell if it died today or a month ago.
You said it too.
It's not like we're talking about a few hours here.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about a few weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Quote unquote, don't believe everything you read, the group posted in response to someone asking why Miss Carlson's body was found decomposed. Were you there? No. So let it go and move along. An email shared in the Love Has Won Exposed Facebook group showed a message from a man named Miguel Lamboy, the former Love Has Won member who alerted police Miss Carlson's body, saying that he had shut down the group's website. The website did not appear to be online as of Tuesday. Mr. Lamboy also claimed that social media for the group would be declining, but that it would be a gradual process. He does not control the group's Facebook page, according to reporting in the Guru magazine. Most of the group's assets and media presence is in Mr. Lamboy's name, which has led some to believe that he is the ultimate mastermind behind the group. Says Miss Lamboy? I think it's Mr. Mr. Lamboy denies these claims, and it is common for leaders to keep their names off of any official rulings to limit their liability. I mean, if you're running a cult, you probably want to use somebody else's name.
Yeah, but it has to be somebody you trust. Like, really trust. Because that's all the money.
Right, exactly. As a result, Mr. Lamboy can be left holding the bag for any fraud or tax issues that could arise associated with the group. Despite shutting down the site and having reported the group to the police, Mr. Lamboy is still a believer in Miss Carlson's divinity. And the investigation into the circumstances around Miss Carlson's death and what has occurred within the group is still underway.
Maybe he's going to start his own, splinter group. If he's still claiming he believes.
Maybe.
Oh, that's the end.
That's the end.
I have so many questions.
This is a crazy group. I just...
Unfortunately, it's not the craziest one I've heard of.
Well, true.
It's really not, unfortunately. There's so many out there. So many.
Yeah, there are more than one cult. And yeah, I mean, they're still debating whether or not this group is a cult. I mean...
Yeah, but who actually...
But
I don't think there's like a legal format to like decide what's a cult and what's not. I mean, there's no way to actually label something a cult, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you do this, that, and the other, and you're a cult. So
yeah, it just, I mean, there's so many weird things, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but there's a lot of weird shit out there like this. You know, this one, and then you got Nexium, which, oh my god, that one's crazy.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
Some think Scientology is a cult, but legally they're still a church.
Right, exactly. And yeah, Scientology could be debated as being a cult for sure.
Yep.
But
yeah, so I don't know who decides who's officially a cult and or not. Like, I really don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think there's an actual official, like, all right, you're no longer a church, we're going to stamp you with cult, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. But I think what it comes down to is, again, you know, abuse, not letting members leave. They should be able to leave when they want to.
Yeah. Like, if you're an adult, you can choose to join anything you want. Anything. But how about the kids that can't pick? That's, you know.
Right.
So when I get upset about stuff, I make jokes, and that's how I handle things. That's how I handle my sad life. I make jokes about it, you know. It's just, if you actually sit down and think about some of this stuff, it's very disturbing. Very.
Right. And, you know, I can't say I don't believe in anything that this group does.
No.
I mean, there's some stuff that I do believe that they may have right, but then there's other things where I'm like, I'm not convinced on the Hollow Earth thing.
I'm not convinced on a lot of it. Hey, listen, we've talked about this before. I don't like talking about religion, but I grew up a Roman Catholic, and I still believe in Christianity. That's my choice. And some people think I'm crazy for that. But if I was part of a church that started abusing people and so on, then I don't care if it was labeled as Christianity. I would call that a cult too. Like, depending on, you know what I mean? It just, I don't think it's what you believe. It's how you handle everything around you and the people that you quote unquote lead. Right, exactly. I think any group that you're a member of, you should question. You know, step outside and question, you know, the actions. I mean, you know, any of these churches. Any of them. And if you're not allowed to question, it, that's the first red flag right there. Right. I mean, you know, even the established religions had some things that, you know, abuse scandals and stuff like that have gone on that people have just blindly followed along with, and they haven't questioned. So, I mean, it's always good to say, wait a minute. Yeah. Is what we're doing here right? It gives you, if you have people questioning what you do, then it gives checks and balances.
Right.
I think.
Exactly. I mean, it's always good to take a step back and say, wait a second, are we abusing animals here?
Did you? That's so funny you just said that. Did you not hear my dog bark right before you said that? I'm not abusing she's not talking about me. My dog was upset because I wouldn't tuck her in.
Your poor dog.
I'm definitely leaving that in. That was good timing. She's like, she barks and then you like, are we abusing animals here? No.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, see, there we go with the joking, but that was precious. That was good timing.
Okay, well, I'll keep in mind that you want Christmas lights after you die.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't be. I don't necessarily want them, but I wouldn't be offended.
Wrap your body in Christmas lights. I'm not so sure about the glitter.
Yeah, leave my eyes in. I thought they meant like on the eyelids. I didn't hear the socket part.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to like sign up for the cult member position of putting glitter in eye sockets.
All right, so you're kind of a smart person. Like if she had been dead for a month, one of the first things to go would be the eyes, right? They would dry up and shrivel out and probably fall out. I mean, you don't think... we're kind of speculating, but you don't think they took him out and saved him or anything, right?
Honestly, I wouldn't put much past this group, so...
Oh, man.
Who knows?
I wonder if their Facebook group is private.
It has close to 2,000 members.
If it wasn't private before, it's probably private now because of the arrests and stuff.
It's not private. It's a public Facebook group.
Oh, really?
And you can watch their daily energy updates.
I think of.
Yeah, because this post is like, I'm concerned the message of love has won is getting unfairly represented in the media.
Huh.
I mean, and, stuff does get taken out of context. I mean, it can get distorted and taken out of context. This is one side of the story, but there's also some red flags in here. Yeah.
So,
there's a lot of questions here. I'm not gonna say that, the whole loves one thing is wrong, but I think there's definitely enough stuff that happened that's questionable that makes you wonder if the cult monitor isn't actually right.
It's not our place to actually even say whether something's right or wrong. They could be 100% right with their beliefs, but again, it goes back to the abuse of power. That's what differentiates. Right. That's the word.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's just... We also didn't find out why they were charged with abuse of a child, because it wasn't... somebody wasn't charged with abuse of a child for just putting them in another room, which is what the article said. Well, they said locked in another room, but you don't know how long that child was actually in there.
Right. Obviously the police have more information on this case than we do. Yeah. I mean...
Yep. Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No. I will say that if you are really into this Loves One thing and you want to talk to us about it, we would love to talk with you on the show.
Yeah, and we'll be respectful.
Just try to understand it better. I mean, some of that higher consciousness stuff and some of the ideas are definitely stuff that I believe in and are into. Some of it isn't. But, maybe I don't know the whole story.
Okay, then. On that note, let us know what you think of the story. For real. Just, please tell us.
If you had any run-ins with these Loves One people, like I said, I have, personally.
And just because they're part of that group does not make them bad people.
Oh, no.
Get that out there.
I have had interaction with have been super nice.
Yeah.
They seemed like really nice people. So
yeah.
I don't really know.
I did a lot of making fun of, so I should have said that a lot earlier, that just because they're part of this group does not make them a bad person. A lot of times in this type of situation, the people down below on the bottom of the totem pole don't always know what's going on at the top. I can't say for sure either way on this one, but...
Right. Well, and it's like, some of the priests and the abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, they were obviously doing something very wrong, but that doesn't mean that the whole church was doing.
Exactly. Good. That's a great comparison again.
Yeah.
Some cases it was the whole church that covered it up and stuff, but that's a totally different show. I'm allowed to say it. I'm Catholic.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not, so.
Yeah. I am. I don't care if I was Catholic or not. We all know some of these early cases were covered up. But, okay. My daughter has a final siren very soon here, so we are going to go. But you know the deal, Rebecca. If they want to be on the show or send us a story, where do they send it?
Well, you can find us on Facebook. I think the Facebook group's name is Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shay Podcast, or some variation of that.
Yeah. We should just change it every week, so one time we'll get it right.
One day, maybe.
I think that's right.
It might be.
It might be. You would think if since we don't know our own group name, we would look it up before we say it, but it's too funny not to just guess now.
I think you expected me to mess it up, so.
No, I think you got it right. I'm not even sure anymore, but.
Find us on Facebook somewhere. Toss that in. It'll show up. It will.
Yep. And actually, if they're also listed under Paranormal Buzz. It's a group. It's a group by Paranormal Buzz Radio. It's affiliated, so it's easy to find.
Yep, exactly. But anyway, find us on Facebook. If you get an article that tells the other side of the story, we'd love to see it. And you can all find all the articles we talk about in the group. So find us there.
Thank you, and have a great week. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks, guys.